Hi again, folks. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel, if you're new here, that talks about everything Buffalo Sabres related. Sometimes it's hockey related, but most of the time it has to be Sabres related. Put it this way, in this video, I got to talk about something with that logo in the background relating to the Buffalo Sabres, right? So I'll close my computer up. I don't think I'm going to need it for this video. I'm just going to wing it and talk. And look, the whole Byram thing now. Yes, I want to talk about the arbitration. Folks, we're officially divorced now with Bo and Byram. I know it was there. I was kind of living in denial with it, to be honest. I was hoping that our splash this summer will be to sign Bo and Byram to a long-term deal. Really, that's what I was hoping. Now with this arbitration thing, it's pretty much done. Anytime a player goes to arbitration, or a team takes a player to arbitration, even worse, you know. And people say, why did they do that? Well, they had to protect themselves from an offer sheet, guys. You know, we had to protect ourselves. We didn't want another team dictating an offer sheet, and then he signs it, and then we counter, and we agree to it, and then we have a whole mess on our hands where we have to trade away this major salary now, which we'd be having a much harder time to do, to be honest. Some teams, look, the teams at the bottom of the barrel, like Chicago and the Sharks, and yeah, some of those teams might be okay with a long-term deal, but he wouldn't be okay being traded over there. Just, he wouldn't be okay. So going to a worse team, he just wouldn't be okay with it. So the Sabres would have to, if they were going to avoid this mess, would have to file arbitration on the player. And that's what they've done. It's a tactical move is what it is here, guys. It's what it is. By doing this, it's a smart move by Adams because it confirms that nobody can offer sheet him. We'll probably agree to a one-year deal. I doubt he's going to agree to 2 years. That would shock me. If Byram agrees to 2 years, I'll be shocked, folks. Shocked. It's 1 or 2 years. I think he'll agree to the 1 year. And the thing will be now the rest of the summer, how can we move him out with this 1 year salary, whatever? It'll be easy. It'll be easy because at least teams know what they have to pay for 1 year. It gives them time to let him settle in and start the negotiating process. And I think, honestly, if we can go and get him at 7 for 1 year, it might be higher, but I think we're looking at 7 million, 7.5. That's going to be just what I'm guessing. If we got him longer, I think we'd have to pay 9, 9.5, 10, really. I mean, Bouchard got 10 and 10.5 in Philly and in Edmonton. And they got Nurse at 9.25. Two defensemen over there making $20 million. I wouldn't trade either of those guys to get him on Buffalo for Bo Byram. Because once we got one of those guys, everybody would be saying, what are you, crazy? This guy got like 60 points or what? You get one of those guys on our team, and they're a turnover machine night after night. It's going to drive you all, folks. It's going to drive you crazy. We pick up on stuff like that, unlike other franchises. We don't just see 65-point defensemen. Oh, wow. We notice things like turnovers with 10 seconds left in the game that cost us, right? We notice these things. So this is what I'm looking at when it comes to Byram. Yeah, so we'll probably have a 1 year thing. It would be better for us if it was 2, folks. I just don't think so now. Now that we filed, we kind of went, in a way, we blew a chance for him the way, kind of had like a bit of free agency thing happening with that potential offer sheet, But it's okay. So we'll just sign him to the 1 year. He'll agree to the 1 year, I'm sure. And we'll have to work it out. That'll be our splash this summer, though. This is what I want to talk about. The splash for this summer is, for us, it wasn't, I didn't think it was going to be. I'll talk a bit about that also. Look, I'm sure a lot of you are disappointed when it comes to how we did in free agency, that we didn't really get aggressive, but there wasn't much out there, okay? We would have had to overpay for somebody we wouldn't have been that excited to get back. We really wouldn't have been. I'm telling you guys, we wouldn't have been like, oh my God, we got so-and-so. there would have been none of those videos. I mean, there's certain, I won't mention certain channels that might go and say something like that about, the Sabres, but not me. Like, there was nothing out there that was huge. What we're going to get back big this summer, folks, is a trade. It's not going to be free agency, but I love free agency. I still look forward to it because you never know what you never know what's going to happen. And overall, whatever, the Sabres just were kind of quiet. It's okay. I'm not worried about it, to be honest. It's what they do with Bo and Byram that concerns me as a fan, guys, because this is a piece, not as big as Jack Eichel, I know this, okay? But this is our biggest piece, maybe, especially in the blue line that we're moving since Jack Eichel. And people will say Reinhart and Risto and these guys, and Reinhart was a forward, so I don't want to compare it to that, but I'm talking blue liners. Teams need blue liners, okay? Left or right. Teams need solid guys that have, the guy comes with a Stanley Cup ring and a plus 15, led all blue liners in that playoffs. So he has shown that under the biggest pressure, he can succeed, this guy. And this is why I hate to see him go. But, arbitration is the proper word would be divorce. That's what happens with arbitration, guys. You watch, and I keep talking about it. Jeremy Swayman will leave Boston eventually. You watch. He'll want out. And they'll be able to get something for him. They will. Like, if we could trade right now, 1-for-1, Byram for Swayman, I think the Bruins would do it just to get rid of his contract over in Boston. I think they would do it. But they'd have to agree to take back UPL with it. And that's another thing now. I don't want to see Devin Levi get pissed off, but he doesn't take me as a kid that's going to have a real chip on his shoulder. I hope. I don't know the kid. But I'm hoping that just because we're kind of delaying his contract and, we're going to negotiate with it and because he doesn't have much pull right now, Levi, you don't want to rub him the wrong way. Just because management, I'll get on Levi for a sec here. Just because management has all the power over Levi right now does not mean we should abuse it whatsoever. Because there's going to come a time he's going to have all the power. And he's going to remember how we treated him when he didn't have the power. If he's a good kid. If he's not, you're going to have to move him out eventually, But we got to get a legitimate number one goalie here, which we do not have on this team right now. And if Levi is going to look at the team right now and say, well, my goodness, they're signing other guys. They're going to sign a veteran goalie again. That means I'm stuck here another year. I don't think Levi thinks that way, to be honest. I think Levi is thinking, I got to prove myself. That's just the way I see the kid. I got to prove myself more. Levi knows how that playoff ended. It didn't end good for him either. So we'll see what happens there in this offseason. We'll see. But we have to get him signed also, because we might not know it yet, but getting this kid signed might be the crucial moment we look back on after a Stanley Cup one year. The moment we got Levi locked in and things changed forever in Buffalo. Look at the minute, and keep this in mind, guys. People say, yeah, but look, July 1st, Pat went and gone and no trade. That doesn't matter, okay? It was late July, I believe, or early August when the Panthers traded for Tkachuk. And look what that's done to that franchise over there. We knew it. Most of us knew it. The minute they got Tkachuk over in Florida, we knew something's cooking over there now. No doubt, But boy, did it happen quick, right? That chemistry just came together around that guy like right away. Right away. That's what can happen. Things can change in Buffalo fast. And people keep thinking, the negative fans, folks, they outnumber the ones that aren't negative. They outnumber us. So they like to bully with their comments. Oh, got to fire Kevin Adams. Oh, geez, thanks for your intelligent remark, Really. Like, I never understand why people post these things, because they're just angry in real life and want us to know it. That's all they're posting. I think right now that firing Kevin Adams, it should be the least of our concerns right now, because really, we already have another GM lined up right behind him. We already pulled the move, guys. He's right there. Kekalainen is definitely going to be the next GM in Buffalo. Okay, you know, Sherlock, if you haven't figured it out yet, come on. I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious. But I'll tell you what would be a real disastrous eye-opener for a lot of us, okay? Kekalainen all of a sudden just leaves. Doesn't say anything publicly. He just, for personal reasons, he's stepping down. If that happens, oh boy, that's bad. It's really bad with the owner then. Way worse than I think in the background of what we see and don't see, you know? We'll leave that and hope that never happens. So I just really... what I'm looking at now is next year. How close are we to a playoff team? Really? Really? I mean, we got to make this trade before we know. We don't know what we're getting back yet. We just don't. You know, if we're as far as I'm concerned, we're two big trades away from really, really knowing what we got, or have an inkling what we got. And also we'll know also by those moves, if then Tuck's another video. Let's leave that. But let's say we go and we get some big forward that we're really happy we got. We're going to be feeling pretty good, guys. We will. We can take one of our guys down there in the AHL. We know we have a few. Package it with Byram and get something huge. Huge. No, we don't go. I don't know why Joe persists on this. Sorry, Joe, but my God, this getting the cream puff from Vancouver at $11 million, and they'll ruin this team. Ruin it. Ruin it. There goes the cap. There goes the future. There goes everything. That guy is nothing but dangerous in the dressing room. No thanks. We have enough problems. We don't need more. No. I don't want to go there, guys. I just don't. So I'm going to leave it there. I think that pretty much covers what I want to say about Byram especially. I think we can get something huge for him. This is not a bad thing for us as fans, getting this guy locked in just to 1 year. Just getting it done. This forces it to get done. What if he wanted to say, I'm not signing. I don't care. I'll sit out the year. You know what I mean? These things can happen. Now, going to arbitration, not much of a choice. Really. You know, he doesn't want to be that guy in the NHL that everybody says, oh my God, what a drama case. He's just going to accept it. I guarantee he's going to sign for the year, and then we will have to market him after that and get something big for him, because I think we will. I think we will get a top six forward, and I have no doubt, really. If we don't get a top six forward, we better get some kind of established goalie back. Something that this team needs right now, really. I'd like to see them make a pitch somehow and get this Joshua kid from Vancouver, but that's another video. I've talked long enough, guys. I'm leaving it there. I'm going to wish you a good night. I'll see you guys soon. Tell me what you think, what you're hoping we're going to get when it comes to Byram. Because if we don't think we can get a top six forward for this guy, we're devaluing our worth as an organization just because what? Because he's on the Sabres, he's worth less? No. These guys are worth, believe me. So we're going to get a top six forward, I'm sure of it. I just don't know who, what. I don't want to get some like a guy like Peterson. That would be absolutely insane and crazy. I know a lot of Sabres fans are going to be happy if we do. But then next year, you're going to hate on him like the Leafs fans hated on Marner. I guarantee it. All right? God bless. See you guys soon.